Hello, everybody. My name is Sonia Mercado. I am the CDCR Our Promise campaign chair. It's truly an honor to be the chair for our department. So today we will be highlighting a nonprofit that I'm very passionate about. It's the Running for Rhett, Move into Life nonprofit. The way I was introduced to Running for Rhett was because my son Mateo, who's also in this video, he was in the 4th grade at a local school here in Sacramento, California. And he came home full one day and he brought home a flyer, and he was so excited to participate in this pilot program at the school. It was a running program. And so at first I was like kind of hesitant about him participating because I really didn't think he was a runner. But of course I'm going to support my son in anything he does. And so every day after school for about 3 months, I believe it was, he ran after school with the team. And at first, honestly, I was kind of like, I didn't know what to expect. But oh my gosh, little did I know when that 5K started, and I would say probably about less than 20 minutes afterwards, here comes Mateo crossing that finish line. And that to me was like one of the most awesome experiences, just watching him cross that finish line and how proud he was of completing his first 5K. And I know that Running for Rhett, that program, has a lot to do with it. So what I'd like to do now is introduce a friend of mine, Beth Seevers, who is Rhett's mom, and tell us a little bit more about the Running for Rhett nonprofit organization.
Thank you so much, Sonia. It's so good to see you, and it's so good to be here with everybody today. Sonia and Mateo participated in our pilot program for Rhett. But before I tell you about I need to tell you how it all got started. My son Rhett was born in 1997, and he was born with a lot of complications. And after lots of blood tests and MRIs and CAT scans and all that, the doctors told me that Rhett had cerebral palsy and that it was going to affect his arms and his legs. And one of the things that I remember, because I couldn't remember a lot during that time, was I remember the doctor saying that Rhett was not going to be able to run or walk. And I remember taking that in saying, like, what am I going to do? How's this little boy going to live and take care of himself? But Randy and I jumped in and we talked with teachers, we talked with doctors, we talked with parents, and we did all we could to make this little boy's life as happy and healthy as it could be. He went everywhere with us. He even went to school. But it wasn't unusual especially this time of year, for Rhett to get sick. And unfortunately, when Rhett was 7 years old, he got sick, went to the hospital, and he never came home. I had quit my job to take care of Rhett, and so I didn't know what my new title was going to be. I didn't know what my purpose was going to be. All I needed to do was pick up my son at high school at about 2:55. So I often picked him up in my pajamas. I didn't really have a purpose until a friend came knocking on my door and she said, "Come run with me." And I didn't know if I liked running. I didn't know anything about running, but I did know that when I ran, I was happy. And she brought me to an info night, and we learned about a half marathon. And I actually thought she was crazy when she said, "We can do this." And I didn't know if I even wanted to do it, but I found out that this run was going to be on the exact 1-year anniversary of Rhett's death. So I said, somebody bigger and better than myself is telling me to get out of bed and do it. And so I got a training program, and it told me what to do every single day. It told me when to rest, told me when to cross train, told me when to strength train. And I loved it. And I crossed that finish line with tears in my eyes. And I looked to my family and my friends, and I said, we all have to do this. We have to run for Rhett. And in 2007, we actually became a nonprofit, and we were raising money, and we didn't know where we wanted this money to go to. And I said, I wanted to go back into the youth, back into the children that Rhett would have attended school with. So we started the Runnin for Rhett after school fitness program that Sonia was talking about. And now we are in over 70 schools, and we are the Northern California's largest after-school youth fitness program. And we do it through coaches and Rhett reps that go into schools and that put this program together. It's usually a 5 to 7 week program where the children learn about nutrition and they learn about moving their bodies and they learn about setting goals for themselves. And at the end, they do a 5K. And before COVID hit, our 5K was down in Sacramento, right in front of the Capitol. And just watching these children and the excitement and watching them finish some of their first 5Ks, and they receive a medal. They all receive a Runnin for Rhett shirt, and they all receive a Runnin for Rhett wristband. But putting a medal around a child's head that has never done anything like this before, how proud they are of themselves. But then you turn around and you look at all the parents that are so proud of their children. It's an exciting thing that we've started in honor of Rhett, who wasn't able to run.
Such an awesome story, Beth. I mean, that just makes me, every time I hear you say that story, it's just so heartwarming.
Yeah, thank you.
So we also have in attendance here, we have my son, Mateo Ramirez. As I mentioned earlier, he participated in the pilot program with Running for Rhett. So Mateo, I would like you to tell us a little bit about how this program has affected you throughout your high school years and your college years.
Yeah, so my name is Mateo Ramirez. I'm currently a 4th year at UC Santa Cruz and a member of the cross country and track team over here. And like my mom said, I started with Running for Rhett in the 4th grade. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I wasn't really into running before that. And I remember at the time when we had the after school practices, I don't really remember feeling as committed to running as I do now. But I stuck with it. And I remember going to that 5K, like my mom said, it was a very early morning and not knowing what to expect, but we just showed up. And I remember getting my blue Running for Rhett shirt, the baby blue shirt, and just seeing so many students with the blue shirt. And then, we stretch, we go to the starting line, and I remember running the race, and, it was weird. I don't remember feeling tired really during the race, but just feeling excited, excited that I was doing this thing with so many other people. Sounds crazy now because of COVID, but just remember running and seeing so many people around you and then crossing the finish line. And like Beth said, I remember getting the medal and, having the medal placed on me. And crazy enough, I still have that same medal. And I've collected many medals over the years, but there are only 3 medals that I keep up in my room. And that's the first one that I still keep up to this day. So it means a lot to me. And I remember crossing the finish line and talking to my mom and her asking me if this was something that I wanted to continue doing long term. And it was something that I wanted to improve on. At the time, I was very happy with my time. I remember it was like in the 26 minutes or something like that. But I knew I could improve off that. I knew I wasn't that tired in the race or things I could do differently. And I feel like that's where the commitment started. And that's where the drive started to continue running and to continue with Running for Rhett. So going into middle school, my mom was doing a lot of half marathons at the time and training with Running for Rhett. And so I remember we'd wake up early and go meet on the weekends and do anything from 6 to 10 miles. And that was the first time I did anything over 3 miles in my life. And then, you start running more, so you start seeing the improvements. And my time started getting down from 26 minutes to the 22 minutes to 21 minutes. And then once I got to high school, I finally had that platform that I could build off of. And, I got to high school and it switched from running with Running for Rhett to now running for my high school and competing against other high schools. But I still made an effort to, whenever I'd see Running for Rhett at, local 5Ks or different events in the community, I would always, feel pride that I was also a member of that club. And also with the Run Because You Can 5K, that's something that I continued doing in high school and something that I would like to continue doing in the future because I would like to go to one of those 5Ks that Running for Rhett hosts, and I would like to win one because, that's the organization that gave me the platform that I could build off of. And, now that I run in college, it seems like me and Running for It almost grew up together. You know,
Yeah.
I feel a lot of pride being a part of the pilot program. And yeah, I don't know if I'd be here today if it wasn't for Running for Rhett and the after school program that allowed me to start running.
I mean, what Mateo's talking about is exactly what, you know, we hope for, not only to have a child who has grown up with this, but then has found his passion.
Yeah.
And through that, sharing that with others. And now Sonia has done many runs with Runnin for Rhett, but she continues to reach out to us to share our mission with everybody in the Sacramento area. And it's an honor to be here. So thank you. You know, COVID is a strange year, but you know, we're going to be back and we are going to be in full force and reaching those children who maybe aren't picked for sports or don't feel comfortable in group sports. That's what's so great about running is it's really running for your passion, for your insides, for, you know, the only person you're beating is your last time. So yeah, we look forward to seeing where it takes us in the next couple of years.
So thank you, Beth and Mateo, for joining our Zoom presentation this morning. It's really an honor to have you both. You know, Beth talking about the importance of Running for Rhett for all our kids in our communities. Mateo, it's really an honor to be your mother and seeing, you know, how much this Running for Rhett has impacted your life. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce my co-chair for the CDCR Our Promise campaign. We have Krissi. Hi, Krissi.
Hey.
So Krissi, it's really been an honor to lead this campaign for our department.
It has been an honor to lead this campaign with you. And just thank you to everybody at CDCR and all of our nonprofit partners that have shared their stories with us. 63,000 employees in CDCR, so that's 63,000, you know, different stories, and it was an honor to hear just a few of them for this campaign.